5-1.
Waiting for a door, like sea grows. Look, I see your
in your 20s. I have some amazing guests on the show tonight. You guys want to introduce yourselves? Go ahead.
I'm the Nilotic.
I'm Tocxina.
And I'm Ill Will.
Wow, that was quite some intros, man. I'm telling you. I don't think we've ever had that before. The third one. Now, what was that? Was that like a bark? What kind of animal were you trying to do?
Nah, it's kind of a logo I got for my name right now from Tocxina right here. He just gave it to me, you know. Just run with it.
Now, for all of you out there, you guys, I wish you could be sitting in my studio because I have an amazing group of eclectic people, which I think is the best part about it. I have a lot of people come in here and I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. But you guys are pushing some envelopes. I like that about you. I do.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I love.
We stretch the limit.
I'm a very creative person, so the way my mind works, I'm constantly. You guys see me. I'm constantly in and out. They actually know me on another side note, and every time they see me, I'm just like,
always.
right. I'm always going, right?
Always.
At like 1,000 miles per hour, and I just love creative people because my mind thinks so much outside of the box, and I thank you guys so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
No,
thank you.
no
thank
problem.
you.
I'm so excited to share what you guys have to talk about and stuff. But we're gonna give a little teaser for all of you out there. These gentlemen are very, very talented in a lot of different fields. You guys can give five quick snippets, 5 words that identify what you guys are going to talk about, and then we're going to talk about more about it later on in the show. Why don't you go first, my love?
5 words?
Yeah, 5 words, 5 main words that can identify what we're going to talk about.
Independent, underground, art, movement, hip-hop.
Next, go ahead, my friend.
Revolution.
Guys, you know you have to play games, huh?
Nah. Revolution. People. Immigrants. And God.
Message, power, hip-hop. Hold on. I got something.
Come on.
Hold on.
You got it.
Production.
Yeah.
And Apocalyptic Rhymes Records.
You guys are gonna teach me how to do that afterwards.
I got you.
So what is that? Is that like a, you know, all right, so I tried to learn Spanish, but I completely failed. I told you that. My body rejects that language.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that tongue thing that you do, you know. I can never get it. Is it part of that? Is that kind of what you're doing?
Nah, it's part of a song. It's basically part of a song, but like I don't know, that Latin in me that just comes out, and I always come out with different like logos and different little slangs, you know.
So you say the Latin in you. What kind of Latin are we talking about?
Well, I'm talking about that Dominican. I'm talking about that
that's
chimichurri. I'm talking about that fritura and going to Broad Street and eating some greasy food. I'm that Dominican.
Yeah, because there's a lot of different lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta establish what you're coming from.
Yes,
you know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
Because
that's
I
true.
happen to date a Latin. Did I tell you guys? I told you this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You mentioned.
Yep.
Well, mine is half Puerto Rican. So.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
So, I love the food. I love the flavor, the
Yes.
music. There's a lot of good sides to Latin. I think it embodies this confidence, you know, that
Very.
I think a lot of people should have. You know, they're so confident about who they are and they're everything about what they do. And I love it. I love it. I do. Maybe that's why I love him so much.
Yeah, man. It's
Probably.
Hey.
It's all about it.
It works,
You know?
Spanish.
right?
That's Spanish.
They
Does he
love
cook?
what
Does he
they
cook?
are.
Does he
Oh,
cook?
He does cook.
Oh my
There-
god. I think you
have-
got a
yeah,
winner.
You can cook. No, I cook a lot too. We both cook a lot, so
All right.
it's a good mutual relationship. But
Yes.
Yeah, well, you did feed us at one time.
you
Yeah,
know,
those
I-
cupcakes were delicious. I have to say that.
I'm a bad girl. I was supposed to feed you guys again tonight. I apologize. I was so busy today, and I didn't get a chance to. But I will feed you. I promise.
All right. All right.
Word.
Gonna
They
hold
keep
you to
hearing about
that.
my famous pizza for all of you out
I know.
there,
I'm waiting for
and,
that
Yup.
pizza.
Definitely.
My
I know that would be
yeah.
delicious.
My meme was a baker, so she taught me the good things, how to get into a real man's heart through his
Ooh.
stomach. It's true. It's
I've
true.
heard
way.
that.
Right? It is
That's
true.
the way.
All right, guys. On my show, obviously, I always have things that really annoy me in the beginning. Which there's a list. There's always a list. I feel like it's good to get off your chest in the beginning, though. You know, then it's a good show. Helps everybody. And the second part, we're going to talk a little bit more about what they do, guys. But obviously, all of you out there understand that the 5th of November is coming, and I'm not going to have
Yes.
a show that day. So I thought I would talk about it a little bit today. Now, do you guys know the movie associated with the 5th of November?
V for Vendetta.
You guys have all seen it, right?
I've seen it.
I seen
Have
it.
you guys
Yeah.
seen it? All right.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm crazy about. Is right now it's watched every year. It's pretty big, obviously. And the backdrop of the story is it takes place in they're going through kind of a tough time. What happens? What people will do during a tough time.
Right.
Now,
right,
recently, what have we been going through? A tough time, right? And there's some crazy stuff. I want to know honestly what the actors must be feeling like right now. Like, I wonder if they knew, and the filmmakers when they created this, if they knew it was going to get like this.
Wow. It's a revolution. It's basically what it is. And when people get together and for one goal, they will accomplish a lot. And that's what this country is based on. And that's what it is. And V for Vendetta, that's just putting it out there, what's going on right now. Like I talk about that in my song, in The End of Truth, how people in New York are crying, and they're shouting, and you know what I'm saying, and they're out there, and and over here too, it's against the banks, they're not for us, we're not for them. We gotta be all equal, that's what I stand for.
Well,
Tocxina.
it was actually after a comic book series. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it was from the late 80s and about the 90s. It's actually about a mysterious mass revolutionary who calls himself V. He works to destroy a government.
Ooh.
We're not going to talk about we're not going to talk about what kind of government, because we can't say everything on air here. But essentially,
FCC. I'm not
Yes,
profoundly
yes.
affecting the people he encounters. So
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy. I would love to almost get them and see. Did you guys know that this was going to happen and how huge this is going to make everything feel?
Right.
I mean, it's really becoming huge right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I believe that some art and pop art is prophetic.
Yep.
And like science fiction writers like George Orwell, those kind of stuff, who wrote 1984, Animal Farm, those types of books. It's like they knew that stuff was going to happen back then, and then it did come true later on, in the future. So, I mean, it's no surprise that, something like V for Vendetta, someone would make a movie like that, a couple years ago, and then now it's getting to be that crazy point, where...
People are going crazy right now. Crazy.
Tell me about it.
Things are going to be shut down.
Tell me about
I mean,
it.
the Fox network, I'm sure you guys heard all about this. They're trying to, hackers are trying to actually shut down Fox network
Wow.
on that day.
Wow.
All of Fox. Everything of Fox will be shut down.
I'm not surprised.
Right?
It's Fox.
I don't.
I'm almost excited about it. I'm almost excited a little bit.
Shut up Bill O'Reilly for once,
Yeah, who's gonna really miss Fox though? I'm sorry. I just had to.
I don't think it's going to be like a huge problem, but I'm going to play a clip quick, guys, about the I can't talk tonight. Anonymous to hit Mexican drug cartel. They're supposedly going to, the hackers are going to tell who's actually in this cartel. So I'm going to play a little bit about it for you guys, and we'll be back after this, guys.
Yes.
Kidnapped a volunteer.
Hold on one sec. Obviously, I messed it up. Isn't that great, guys? I love everybody out there. I apologize. I have so many things going on sometimes at the same time. I forget. All right, guys. We're going to play a little bit of a clip, and obviously it's from CNN. And once again, guys, this is about the hit for the Mexican
Mexico.
Protect themselves. The group says Los Zetas kidnapped a volunteer who was distributing pamphlets in a part of Mexico, part of Veracruz. I want you to listen to this threat from an anonymous member wearing a Guy Fawkes mask.
You made a huge mistake by taking one of us. Release him. And if anything happens to him, you will always remember this upcoming November 5th.
The hackers are threatening to publish the names, addresses, personal intel of people linked to the Zetas cartel. But guess what? The cartel now, they have hackers of their own, and they're reportedly trying to hunt down members of Anonymous. Fred Burton is vice president of intelligence group Strat for a terrorism intelligence service there in Austin, Texas. And Fred, Anonymous, they're calling this Operation Cartel, and normally they're caught. If they're caught, they're arrested. In this case, they could be killed.
Absolutely, Brooke. Due to just the level of violence inside of Mexico, the outcome would probably not be good for any names that are published or outed inside of Mexico, alleged informers. Having said that, though, the interesting part is this may actually cause the average person in Mexico to bring forth information of cartel-related activity.
I was reading about cybervigilantism that might call for that within Mexico, but I want you to tell me a little bit more about this group, Anonymous. I know it's this collective, essentially, of activists you call them ghosts. Why?
Well, they are a group that has no formal structure. This is a group that's very, very fractured, and there at times is not a consensus, which is one of the reasons why we've seen the threats to release information on the 5th of November, which I think is highly probable that we'll see some names released. And the scary part as you look at this is whether or not the names are connected in any way to the cartels, they're still going to be out there.
Why do this over the internet? Why not just go to police to try to get help?
Well, for the most part, you have a challenge in Mexico of going to the right cops, those that are not corrupted by a cartel. So there's a fear there. The use of the internet, there is that anonymous possibility there where you can post this information out, and it would be out there for not only the Mexican police and federal authorities to look at, but as well as U.S. intelligence such as DEA to see if these individuals are in any way connected.
So I know we mentioned...
Guys, we could play that forever, obviously, but it's just the severity of really what's going on right now. I don't think people are really aware of how serious this is. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about, I mean, even you were discussing when we had a little bit of a break, how many people are, it's like in Mexico,
It's like flies. They dropping dead everywhere. You have a problem with them people? You're gone in like a second. In a second, you're gone. That's it. You're done. Finito. Bye.
Isn't that I think it's almost empowering, as horrible as hackers can be at times, that they can actually spread some truth sometimes to what's going on. I'm not advocating for them at all, but this is what is going on, and I think they're trying to, even our age group, they're trying to close their eyes, like all of us who went to college and did what we were supposed to, and there's no jobs for us. You notice how many times do they talk about that? How many times do they talk about how we are educating ourselves? We come out of school with all this debt.
Right.
Wow.
And they don't even have one job waiting.
Yup. Yeah, because I went to college. I went to college, and I still don't really have a job right now at this point. It's like, you know, like this country's.
Like, I have beef with my college, too, you know, that I graduated from my film school, you know. If you were going to be different than what they wanted you to be, you know, the product that they were going to put out into the corporate media workplace, then they couldn't help you, you know? They're like, oh, you should go into reality television or advertising or this and that. And it's like,
how did that make you feel? You must have been, like, they teach you to be independent and think for yourself, and then they tell you, what did they tell you?
They told me that, they called me in for a meeting about my directing reel.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we need to have a meeting with you about discussing an alternative marketing strategy for yourself. And I was like, what? So they called me in and they're like, oh, your reel is offensive. You're not going to get any jobs with this reel, like this and that. And I was like, well, these are the types of projects I want, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we can't help you, you know? And it's crazy.
I mean, at the end of the day, it stinks that it's like that because, you know, they're teaching you to be this whole different person and be creative. But I think at the end of the day, sometimes they're terrified of creative people.
It's true. It's very true.
I think they're terrified.
See, that's the thing, you know? They're not ready for what's coming, but you gotta make them ready.
They need to prepare. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because I think we have an amazing amount of people who are coming out of this recession who are better, stronger, more powerful. Because, honestly, at the end of the day, as much as it stinks we didn't get a job, what do we have to do? We had to figure something out. How we were going to make ends meet. How we were still going to survive. We're still people in this world. We still have to eat. We got to breathe. We got to pay rent.
It's
true,
right? You need all the basic needs.
We had to figure out, well, what the heck are we going to do?
And right now in New York, there's doctors right now doing the same thing, an occupation right there in downtown in Wall Street, talking. They don't have a job, right? Because the higher jobs, they can't pay no more. They don't got enough money to pay them. So they hire the lower people, you know? That's why the CNAs and all that, they're throwing them to the garbage because they don't need them no more. They need a medical assistant, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, we'll be back after the break. We're going to talk more, and we have so much to get into. So stay tuned, guys. This is Life in Your 20s.
Nobody does it better than Ma Raffas. Ma Raffas has been doing the casual family dining in the South Coast for over 50 years. That's right, 50 plus years in business. Their classic Ma Raffas thin crust pizza, their freshest salad, and traditional specialty dinners. Ma Raffas is open daily at 11 a.m. Ma Raffas is located at 1142 County Street in Somerset, Mass. Call them for your party planners for any occasion, 508-324-0989.
There's only one place to go in the South Coast for the best selection and price on cigars and tobacco products. Located on Rock Street in Fall River, Mass., the Old Firehouse Smoke Shop is the staple for cigars in the South Coast. Owner John Brandt produces cigar aficionados. It's a great place to relax, talk, and exchange cigar info. So if you want the finest cigars and the finest service, it's the Old Firehouse Smoke Shop, located at 116 Rock Street. 508-678-2185.
Your pets deserve the best, and you deserve the best prices. That's what people are saying about your local Pet Lovers store. I love the pet rewards. I love the savings I get every day, and the prices are always lower than the specialty stores or even the chain stores. I love the gift ideas in a selection of over 7,000 items. Loving pets is your business. Saving money is Pet Lovers' business. Pet Lovers is located in Somerset, Fall River, Westport, and Bristol, Rhode Island. Hey folks, this is the Hurricane, and I have two questions for you. Do you ever wish you were at the right place at the right time? Are you ready to be part of something big? The business of the 21st century? My friend Peter Kim has that business, a solid opportunity and progressive plan. You owe yourself to find out more. Contact Peter at 774-242-2536 or peterkim@7317@gmail.com.
On behalf of the Hurricane Radio family, I would like to thank all our sponsors who helped send 100 inner-city kids to camp this year. During these difficult times, it's important for us at Hurricane Radio to help. That wouldn't be possible without the efforts of Bob Martins at Robert Tocxina, Lou from Sheer Genius, Kevin Blazer from Coast to Coast Medical, and all of our staff. Again, thank you.
If you want the best burgers you've ever had, look no further than the St. James Pub at 91 Purchase Street, Fall River, Mass. St. James Pub is famous for its Irish drinking experience. Now it's becoming just as famous for its burgers and hand-cut fries. Come on down for a cold beer and a great burger at the St. James Pub in Fall River. Great food, great entertainment, good times, ice-cold beer, and great burgers. St. James has it all. Come on down, 91 Purchase Street, Fall River, Mass, or give them a call at 508-672-6951.
That's a fun song. It's by Fantagram.
Yeah.
Fantagram.
Right.
Does it remind you of like a Fanta soda? Remember when we were like,
I love Fanta.
Sorry, that was my next song we were gonna play. All right, guys. So we have you here. Obviously, I got you in the studio for a reason. I'm so excited. You guys happy to be here?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
It's a nice night tonight, though. It's not too cold, finally, right?
It's perfect.
It's
a
nice.
day today. I was really excited. I was like, wow, it's actually a little bit nicer. So it was a good time. So guys, I'm gonna start. Obviously, I will start with you, and then we'll kind of just go like clockwork motion, so that we can kind of keep it in a, a pretty good fashion.
All right.
How did you get started, and what are you doing for everybody? I mean, I know what you do, but for everybody else who's listening, what do you do? Explain to them.
All right. I do lots of things, but mainly I am a pansexual, cross-dressing, gothic rapper who I own my own record label, Apocalyptic Rhymes Records, which I run out of Providence, and have currently Tocxina,
Apocalyptico,
Ill Will, Twizzy, and some other people that I've worked with. And so that's what I'm doing now. I have a film degree, so I do all the music videos and that type of stuff. So I'm trying to help out my other artists, like, because I didn't have anyone to help me out when I was like down at the bottom.
Now, how was that? I mean, I feel like you can really, obviously you had this relatability to you. Obviously, you're a sweetheart. And every time even when I first met you, you're a really, really nice guy. But I think, sometimes I'm sure people, I'm going to be upfront and honest. People will be like, oh, well, okay, he's dressed a certain way. He's this.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But we're in our 20s. What's 20s about? Figuring out who you are.
Right, exactly.
What you're comfortable in, right? And what society says you're comfortable in. How is that? I mean, these people are coming to you. They all have their own stories.
Right.
What makes what story valid to you?
I think everyone's story is valid.
Okay. Why, though?
Why? Because everyone's unique. They come from a different place.
Yep.
And as long as they're real with me, then it's valid.
That's how I feel.
I think I love that the most. You're a very genuine person. Obviously, not everybody knows you. Like, I've been very fortunate to get to know you. And I think it's so key. So you were down and out, and how did this all come about? How did you decide that you wanted to start this? Where you're just kind of sitting there going, hey, this is what I'm going to do? Or I'm sure there's a lot of people out there going, how the hell did he start something?
Well, I mean, it started like a really long time ago when I was real young. But, I mean, I've always wanted to be a performer. I've always been on stage and performing ever since I was real young. I was doing school plays, musicals, that kind of thing. And so I wanted to be an actor originally, but people were like, oh, that's not a lucrative career or whatever, what people usually say.
Everybody has an opinion for you, right?
Right.
Always.
Exactly. But, I mean, crazy stuff happened along the way, and I ended up going into film, wanted to be a film director, so I went to film school and everything, but I still held on to my desire to do music, because music's like my one passion. I love film, but music's better. But
no, I hear you. I connect so much. Like I'm a big music fan. It's like in my blood, and I just love it. It just makes me feel this way that nothing else can make me feel.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's really
I agree.
passionate.
Same.
Like, in the moment. And
it's an out of the body experience. I find sometimes, like certain music, like when I close my eyes and I'm listening to it, I'm not at where I am. I'm not.
I black out too when I be rapping. I be blacking out.
No, I honestly feel like that's somewhat what happens. I think that blackout is, some people may do that, but other people, I think they might be doing it, but they're not acknowledging it. Like blacking out, I mean, just going to a different place completely. Like there is so many things in music that take you to another, and it's not. You don't have to be drug related. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my high music.
Yeah.
That's my high.
No, I hear it. I hear it and loud and clear. So,
but I don't know. The listeners probably don't know, but I'm actually not from Rhode Island. I'm originally from Chicago, and I moved out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like that place.
Yeah.
I mean, I have family back there that I love, but for the most part, Chicago, I don't know. I needed to get away from that big city kind of stress.
Yeah, Providence is better anyway.
Providencia.
Exactly. So, I came out here hoping that I would find some of the things that I never found back in Chicago, like other artists to work with and whatnot. And I did. When I came out here, I found a producer and other rappers to work with, and it just became a movement.
Very, very cool. All right, well, I'm going to ask you guys, too, a little bit, and then we'll go back and I feel like I have so much to ask you, so that's all right. We got plenty of time.
I'm sorry if I took too long.
No, honestly, you can never take too long because it's a 2-hour show. So, man, talk like you want to talk. All right. If you're here to listen, I always want to have new, different stories, and you guys, it's amazing.
I got plenty of stories.
So, how did you get started with this whole situation?
Man, I've been doing this since I was in DR. I was
Tocxina.
So
you're originally from
the Dominican Republic. I came here when I was 4 years old. I'm originally from New York. I'm from St. Nicholas, Manhattan, the Heights. You already know, shout outs over there. And I just came over here. And then I was in New York. I left to DR. I started rapping with my peoples when the light went off, because over there the electricity goes off. So we didn't have nothing to do.
We don't deal with that all the time.
Yeah. We don't have nothing to do, so we started rapping, and then I just caught that, and I had it in my veins. So I came to Providence, and it was all right. A lot of people frown on you. A lot of people don't have your back like that. And then out of nowhere, one day, when I had nothing to do, and I went to the store, and at the time I was doing my thing. I was doing my hustling thing because there was nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's hard. It's hard times. So
for everybody,
I was doing my thing.
Yeah, could agree.
We're all hustling, baby. You always see me. I'm always hustling something.
You are definitely always.
I'm always on the move. So you don't have to.
Yeah. And I was doing my thing, and I seen Nilotic. I see Nilotic, and he lives right in front of me, and so. I was in the store, and he was like, "Oh, how you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, you be smoking?" And he's like, Nah, I don't be smoking. Nah. His eyes blood red. Like, oh my God. I was like, all right.
Called out.
I was like, all right. So I left the area, and an incident happened, and I got backed up, and I had to do some time, and I got out. I did 3 days, intake. Shout outs to all the people over there doing time, man. It's hard, we support you out here.
Things happen. Everybody's on a path, and they're trying, and things happen. So
and then this is funny.
Lo and behold,
and then I get out of jail. So I'm walking, and I see Ill Will in the camera view, recording and stuff, and recording a video of Twizzy, one of the artists of Apocalyptic Rhymes Records, and then
Boston.
From Boston, and then they're smoking a big ass joint, and I'm like, whoa. Dude, I thought you didn't smoke. I was like, nah, man, but I do music, man, and this and that. I got my studio right here. I was like, what? I'm Tocxina, man. I've been trying to do this since I was little. Nobody supports me. So if you have my back, I have your back. No matter what you stand for. No matter if you pan, homo, whatever you are. I got your back, man. I got your back. I got Ill Will.
Yes.
You already here. So it was a movement. It was like we connected because we positive people over here. Nobody on some negativity.
Positive balance, man.
That's what it's all
like
about.
Immortal Technique.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
And
hey, even if you dark, you gotta be positive. You know what I'm saying?
everybody this what kills me. I feel like society tells you who's acceptable and who's not. You know, like
who are they to tell you
who can have
what's
a voice and who
what's the
can't
good
have a
image
voice.
and what's not? They can't tell you nothing.
Will, what about you? How did you start this all about?
Well, I'm a hip hop producer, as some people might know.
You have it like in your voice, like I'm a hip hop producer.
That's good. I go with the swing. I go with the swing of the music. What can I say?
You have to do your Biggie Smalls impression too.
My Biggie Smalls impression. Real quick, I'm on the radio. Shout outs to everybody listening. Already know. Real quick.
That is pretty good, Will. That's pretty good.
Really? Thanks, y'all. But nah, I started about 3 years ago making hip hop beats. Like, I was always into music though. Like, I always listened to hip hop like since I was like about 11, and I kind of just got it in my vision real quick. I'm like, I think this is my thing real quick. Like, if I learn how to compose notes and make melodies and drum lines together, make beats, like, I always been interested since like 11, but I really didn't start working at it until like about 19. And I went to college in Boston, actually, the New England Institute of Art, and I was there for about a year and a half, but you know, unfortunate things happened. I got terminated, so you know, I had to go. Yes.
I know a lot of people got terminated from college.
Yeah, it sucked. The GPA, it was too low, so
they had.
Yeah, see, Tocxina fills me, you know, but you know,
we need to come back to that. That's a whole other situation completely, because college is a whole different situation now.
Oh yes, yeah, that's.
Well, go ahead, Will. It's all your time. Go ahead, man. Go.
But yeah, I had to go find a different route. You know, like college wasn't working for me. So one day I was at my ex-boy's Kai's crib, my ex-friend's whatever, and I met this dude Nilotic right here through him. Like, it was crazy. Like, I met him. I was like, yo, you do music? Like, do you do rock music? Like, and then he told me. Now listen,
and I don't know what he does.
And then he's like,
sure.
I'm a rapper.
I'll be rapping.
I'm like, yo, this dude looks like Marilyn Manson. How can he be a rapper? Like, I tried to envision it real quick, and I couldn't at that moment. But he showed me something, and then I was like, all right, he's pretty good. And
Look
you know,
at that,
from that,
judging you already, son of a. No.
I know, right?
It's funny.
Yep.
But from that point, I knew there was something that clicked between us, you know. And then I started working with him. You know, I went over his house where we got the studio set up. You know, I started producing beats on Logic. I use Logic and Fruity Loops for anybody out there who produces. You know what I'm talking about. But I just started making beats at his house. You know, I started getting progressively better and better, you know, experimenting with different sounds. Like, this dude, you know, he had me experiment with, like, dark pop, rock type sounds. Like, I kind of stepped out of hip hop for a little bit, you know, just to see what I can make. And
experimental pop.
It's pretty good what I've done so far.
Did you?
I have a question.
Yep.
I find this is the best part too, especially when you're starting things. Isn't it sometimes amazing to be uncomfortable a little bit? I'm sure you're very uncomfortable at first. You're like,
Yeah.
What is he introduced? I'm not used to this. This is not what I do. But did you find that because he made you a little uncomfortable with different types of music, you got better?
Well, at first, you know, I thought, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm outside my comfort zone, but, like, I didn't really know what I was
That's
going
the best
for.
part.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
who is
You know,
this
like the
faggot?
journey to get the perfect sound. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you
But
know,
comfort isn't always the best thing because we know it. It's so easy, right?
yeah,
But
you
when
know,
do we learn outside that comfort, right? That's the other
exactly.
thing. So.
You know, like how he's starting to do music with Tocxina. You know, he's never really done music with, you know, people from other languages on the same track.
Bilingual hip hop.
Yes,
You
yes,
ever heard
that,
of it?
yes.
Ain't ready for that.
That is really like different right there. That's really out of the comfort zone for him, I bet. And you know, but it's working right now. Like, it's pretty good what we've got so far. The End of Truth music video.
Wait,
Go check that out online on YouTube.
Yep.
So it's all right. Bilingual. What do you mean? Like you're gonna have someone speaking like English and then
I
you know,
spit
Spanish and then
my
all the
verses.
Yes.
same song.
Yeah, I spit my verses in English and Tocxina
He does
his
his
verses
Spanish.
in Spanish.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Yes.
I mean,
That's
we
cool. I haven't heard that collaboration
We
yet.
brought some beats, so we can spit it later on in the show. if
Maybe
you
I'll
wanna
have you
hear
guys
it.
actually sing on my show.
All right.
Maybe
that
we'll get
sounds
like
good.
crazy
Yeah,
like that.
can we do
Oof.
that?
Ah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You guys can, you know, we'll have to, you know, we'll do it good.
All right.
I'll let you guys prepare. I'm not gonna be like, hey, get on the air right now and do it. But
Hey, We practiced it.
We ready for this.
I'm so excited you guys are here because I spoke with them a while back, guys, for all of you out there listening, and I knew they had something special about them because when they started talking about what they were talking about, what they did, they were excited about it.
Yeah.
And
it's rare these days.
It is because people are always like, Jamie, you get so excited about what you do, and I'm like, because I love what I do. I really do, you know. And there's something to be said about that. And when I find other people who've got that in them, you know, kind of like seeing myself out there, like, oh, maybe not. They're not all crazy. I'm not crazy. I am not crazy.
We're all crazy.
It's nice.
In our own way.
You need that bit of craziness though to make. I mean, if we're normal all the time, like, hey, yeah, it was cool. I did this thing, and it was like, no one's gonna get excited. If you can't get excited about your own thing, who's gonna get excited about yourself?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I've been saying.
It's gonna be you're tailoring for defeat, I think, right there. But I have so many more questions to ask you guys, and we only have about a minute left. But I'll ask one more question before we go, and then I have so many more. And then I think we're gonna have you guys rap.
Yeah,
are you guys comfortable with that?
I think the people want it.
That's why we brought it.
Because I would actually love to have you guys live.
Get
it out there.
And we'll show them some of my beats, too. People love it.
Then they can see your acoustic.
We brought the beats.
Man, we can do anything you want.
So we can spit it over the beat.
Ooh, that would be fun. That's interesting. And you guys are
let's do it.
This is really something you do all the time.
Yeah, man. We're 24/7. We got shows coming up.
This is our lives right now.
Yeah,
it's our music.
Well, it's all or nothing.
We got a show on Saturday and another show on next Wednesday.
Yeah, well, before we go to break, we got about like 45 seconds left, but tell them when your next show is. This is crazy because what we were talking about in our first segment, and it's so weird. It's like I don't even know how it happened, but their first show, guys, is going to be November 5th. And
in New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire. Okay, where's it going to be at so everybody knows?
Dartmouth College, New Hampshire, underground party, a fraternity. Yeah, big ups to over there.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah. You guys are
We're going to rock the show out.
Yep.
Of
and
course.
I'm going to go all in makeup and freak them all out.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the best part. That is the best part.
Exactly.
And I'm actually really excited for Dartmouth College. Maybe I'll have to call over. I have some friends who are over there. So maybe I'll call over and say, hey, guys, you know who's coming over. So it should be some interesting times, guys. This is Life in Your 20s. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back after the break.
Hey, this is the Hurricane. Now that the Red Sox are getting ready for the playoffs and football season is finally here, the only place to watch the game is at Entourage. Great food and a great atmosphere to watch the games with family and friends. The food is fantastic at Entourage, and this year the Portuguese steak from Entourage was voted the best at the historic Holy Ghost Feast. Also, they have the Entourage Original Portuguese Steak Pizza. Exciting entrees and affordable apps available as well. Come to Entourage. The game is always on. 502 Bedford Street, Fall River, Massachusetts. That's 502 Bedford Street, Fall River, Mass. Entourage is available for private bookings and your holiday parties. Come to Entourage. Great food, great times, and the game is always on at Entourage. Don't forget, come to Entourage, 502 Bedford Street, Fall River, Mass. The New England weather wreaks havoc on your roof. With winter only months away, it's time to make sure your roof is ready to battle the elements. If it's not, New England Roofing System is your answer. All types of roofing, shingles, rubber, 24-hour emergency service, residential, commercial, licensed and insured. Only snow covers New England better than New England Roofing Systems. Give them a call, 508-673-1965. 508-673-1965.
Looking for a great car with a great warranty? Then look no further than Route 44 Hyundai. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, come to Route 44 Hyundai and take advantage of America's best warranty. 5 years, 60,000 miles bumper to bumper, or 100,000 miles on powertrain. Bad credit, slow credit, or no credit, Route 44 Hyundai will get you in a car. 2012 Accents with 40 miles to the gallon starting at $14,944. 250 pre-owned cars in stock. Come to Route 44 Hyundai for America's best warranty and great cars. Call them at 508-824-7600. Route 44 Hyundai will get you in a car. Call them at 508-824-7600. Route 44 Hyundai. See you there.
Nobody does it better than Ma Raffas. Ma Raffas has been doing the casual family dining in the South Coast for over 50 years. That's right, 50 plus years in business. Their classic Ma Raffas thin crust pizza, their freshest salad, and traditional specialty dinners. Ma Raffas is open daily at 11 a.m. Ma Raffas is located at 1142 County Street in Somerset, Mass. Call them for your party planners for any occasion, 508-324-0989.
with my wonderful guests. I have a nice full house tonight. I love having all
Apocalyptic
these.
Rhymes Records.
Yes, sir.
You guys gonna say your names again? No.
Nilotic.
Tocxina.
Ill will.
Ill will.
Ra, ra, ra.
Ha.
I have a crazy group tonight. It's a lot of fun, guys. All right, so we talked about how you guys got started.
Yes.
We know your whole backstories. Everybody listening out there,
Mhm.
because you know they might be in your same spot. I don't even know. You never know who's listening.
Exactly.
Do you guys feel like this is your passion? You're pursuing your passion. You think that this is
Yes.
what you guys are
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is
No
my
doubt.
everything, right? It's all or nothing for me. All or nothing.
We're going to the top
yeah,
with
to
this.
The top. I feel it's running through
Definitely.
each other's veins right now, like crazy.
crazy. What about you? How do you feel, man?
Well, performing and words, like language, are really my passion. So I've always been a speaker and a writer. So that's really always been my passion. But not a lot of people read anymore, which is kind of sad. Some people do, but
No, I'm a big reader. So.
yeah, that's
I'm
good.
one of the lost few.
More
right?
people
Yeah.
should read. So, I was like, music, but with hip hop, you can have a strong message, but it's still through music and people can enjoy it that way.
Yes.
So it's really, my passion to speak about, the truth in music.
Well, it's nice to hear because music is like certain different things you go out for. It's not like you're going to become It's not a select treat. You know, people. I'm going to become an accountant. I'm going to become a firefighter.
Right.
You know. There's a lot of give and take, and there's a lot of, not knowing what's going to happen, but you gotta just kind of put all your in and hope for the best, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
mean,
you get let down, though. You bank on something, and then, but you got to keep moving on. You make a bunch of CDs hoping they'll sell, but then you're out of the money. No one buys, anything. It's tough.
I mean, if you guys know what it is, you guys remember this, I'm sure that when you do it, it is what it is, and it's going to get done regardless. So, I mean, it's nice to see people actually doing it. I feel like a lot of people are a lot of talk.
It's, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Know
All right.
Yeah.
How many people out there who are like, I'm really good at rapping, too.
Yeah.
I can totally do what you guys do.
Yeah.
That's my passion.
My cousin's friends with Dr. Dre, like something like that.
But are they doing anything? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I know a
That's
lot
the
of people
difference.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Nilotic.
And you can't give up. You can't
Nah.
give up. If you give up, that's it. You lost the race.
Sure.
That's it. You're done.
Well, you know a lot of people? Why don't you tell your little spot? Go ahead, man. I heard you talking.
Well,
Oh, what? He can't speak now?
like, you want me to call him out, like, by name?
No names.
All right.
Just
I don't wanna get
tell her
hurt
about the
afterwards.
situation.
All right. Well, this one dude that me and Nilotic used to hang with, we thought he was for the music like us. Like, we thought, oh yeah, like, I just want to do tracks, because I'm into music like that. But turns out this dude was just using Nilotic, like, borrowing money from him, never paying him back. Having him buy the studio and just having do tracks, a whole bunch of music, and it was like he was kind of like screwing him over. Like, I don't understand.
You got to be careful, I think, too. It's tough. Like, you got to protect
You gotta be,
your passion.
yeah. You gotta watch who you mess around with, like in the music industry, because you never know. People will stab you back real quick.
I just got stabbed like 2 days ago. I got stabbed in the back, like by like my everything, my everything that had more talent. I think more than me. I could say that she's a star, but she went the wrong route, and you know what I'm saying. And she decided to leave the state and not do shows and not do this and not do that. So I had to like drop her. You know what I'm saying. And half of my album, she was gonna be in it. You know what I'm saying. So it's sad, but hey, I was born by myself.
Do you guys feel like sometimes, though, like when you are really passionate, they're always Klingons?
Yes.
I feel like that's the problem.
Yeah.
People, not everybody's born with that.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people, they are. It's a fortunate thing, but I think a lot of people aren't. They're kind of lost, especially in our age group, and they cling on
It's true.
to your passion, because passion is something that you can't create. It's something you either have or you don't have, right?
I know lots of people don't have any passion for anything.
Thank you.
I get kind of aggravated when I ask someone. I'm like, what are your dreams? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm in college. Like, they're like, what are you majoring in? I don't know, accounting, whatever. And I'm like, yeah,
But don't you have something you really want to do?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's okay for a certain amount of time. But I think the problem is people who go into fields like we do, you got to watch your back. You really do.
Yes. Yeah.
Passion is a beautiful thing, but it can also be, everything is a double-sided sword, I think. And the best things in life are double-sided swords.
Yeah,
Especially passion.
Like love.
Sure,
too.
it's true. Yep, love, hate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I love.
It's a crazy thing. We're all about passion, obviously, on the show, you guys. I'm sure you've heard past episodes. I'm sure you've listened in and stuff like that. Do you guys feel that this was always your passion, or something you kind of fell into?
As soon as I heard TEMPO, the biggest Spanish rapper ever in the history of rap, and he even got locked up for his lyrics for conspiracy. When I heard that guy is doing, he's coming out now, but he did 10 years already. He's like 26 right now, something like that.
He was like a baby when he went in there.
Yeah, he was like in the top of the game. I heard his lyrics. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I got to do this. I got this in me. And I went hard. And since then, I've been doing my thing, So I really fell into it, but I was basically like born into it because my family got that root, like that Spanish. Let's shake your body.
I know what he's talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
She would. She would.
No, it's I'm a Canadian background. We have some cool people in my family. Don't get me wrong, but my boyfriend, like the whole, they're just so proud. Like they have this awesome confidence. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I really, really do.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what about you, Will? Do you think you fell into it, or something that's always been your passion, man?
I think, like, for the most part, it always has been since, like I told you, like, since around 11. I've always been into music, and I've always been interested in, like, learning how to make beats, like, just, like, helping people out, put their message on the music, you know? Like, everybody was, like, into video games and, like, cars and everything back in the day, and I was, like, I don't know, I feel like I've always been more creative than most of my friends from back in the day, you know? Like, I've always felt like I've been a little bit different.
I've
you know?
always been different. I knew that.
Yeah, like,
always.
in my own different way, you know?
It's a
like,
good thing.
we all have our own, like, thing that makes us an outcast, you know?
Yeah.
It's
like,
it's weird though. I feel like people who don't ever feel that way, they're going with the surge. You know, that 7 billion people out there surge. You know, they're just people being born every day. And
yes.
I mean, I want to make a difference. I want people to know who I was. You know, when I lived in this world, I don't want to just be that person who consumed goods and then
Right.
extricated and then
Mm-hmm. Just,
right?
Exactly, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like,
You don't
what's
want
the point of doing the same
What's
thing?
the
over
point
You don't
of
want to be the
living?
average
No,
Joe.
yeah.
You know, like.
That's why I was like, I don't want to have kids, you know? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I love and respect that you say that because a lot of people don't understand when to say no.
Uh-huh.
They think they have them because they think, oh, well, that's the norm. That's what you're supposed to do. You're
It's
supposed to have
true.
kids.
Yeah.
But that I respect you more for the fact that you know and identify the fact that you don't want kids.
Right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to have kids? And they're going to understand, Dad didn't even want to really, you know, like it's going to be a whole other storm you don't want to deal
Right,
with.
and
Why?
the
Yup.
world's so messed up as it is.
Don't
Why
do
why
that
would
to
I
them.
why would I want to put more kids into this, you know,
Yeah.
destructive
But,
world that
you
we
know,
live in anyway?
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We ain't gonna lie. It's a beautiful thing to have something that's yours, but you gotta be ready for that responsibility. And look at all these shows. Look at Teen Mom. Like you can't even take care
That
of
show
your kid.
and
Like-
that show just gets me annoyed.
Yeah, I don't even know how people watch that.
Yeah.
MTV,
That should not be
MTV
on
in general
television. That
gets
should
me.
not be that
Like,
should not be anything. That should
Yeah.
not be televised. That is not something that should be good.
Jersey Shore shouldn't be televised either.
No. Oh.
MTV should just go away.
Exactly.
It's like,
It used to be cool back in the day.
Who the hell
Yeah.
is Little B?
I don't know.
Who's Little B?
You remember
Soulja
they used
Boy.
to play music? Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Like
I
back
remember
in
Yeah.
like, they
the
had,
90s.
like,
Yup.
yeah, that's when I used to listen to it. It was like
Yup.
there were like music videos
Yeah.
that you'd like watch.
and
What the
it
hell?
used to be good.
Back when Marilyn Manson was at his prime, you know what I'm saying?
He was crazy. Well, he
Definitely.
still is crazy.
Exactly. That's why we love him.
Well, you do.
I do. A lot.
Well, I think you look cute with that kind of makeup.
Yeah. Nice.
Guys.
My girlfriend tried to get him to wear makeup.
I don't
Really?
do makeup.
No, you're
Nah.
not feeling it.
Nah.
Did you ever do it?
It's not my style.
It doesn't hurt, you know. It's very, it's very uninvasive.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
Oh my god! You know it's funny when you wore your hat. My boyfriend was Willy Wonka a couple years ago. I swear
Oh,
he
nice.
has the same freaking hat.
Nice.
I swear to you.
That I got that that hat at a cave gift shop, like in
A
like
what?
Missouri, like at a,
A
cave, like a
cave?
cavern, you know, where you go in the cave and it's
No,
a
we don't
gift
really
shop.
have cave gift shops. Please elaborate. I'm sure everyone out there is like, yeah, that cave gift shop. Do you miss it, man? Oh,
It
I
was like
didn't get there. Over no.
It was like in Arkansas or Missouri, I can't remember.
Is that what they do for their gift shops? They just throw them in a cave to make it cool.
It's like, no, it was like the cave was the attraction, you know, explore the cave or whatever. They have cave
Oh,
tours
alright,
and
now I
stuff.
get it.
I'm saying
Alright,
it's
yeah,
the gift
yeah.
shop for the cave tour.
Okay.
I'm glad we
thinking like some
I'm glad
random
we
man's
cleared
like,
that up.
You know what? There's a gift shop, but it's not cool enough.
It's
It's not cool. It's not cool enough for me. I'm gonna find
but
a
it
cave
was
and put it in
it
there.
was weird that they had big blue fuzzy hats at a gift shop that was at a cave.
Wow.
Whatever. You
Yeah.
like it? That's cool.
I like it.
Whatever. Works for you, man. I don't give a crap.
Exactly.
All right, guys. This economy, obviously, it's affected everybody. Has it affected you following your passion? Have you had some sense because of it?
Wow. That's a big thing right now. You know,
I'm all about truth questions here, guys.
that's a big thing right now. You know, like I have to struggle. I have to do out of the norm. I go to school. I try to work my ass off anywhere I can go. Find a job. I try to do ballet. I try to do construction with my dad.
Wait. You tried to do ballet?
No. Ballet parking. Sorry.
Valet.
Not ballet. I'm not that flexible. I'm not that flexible.
Maybe breakdancing. Not ballet.
You can come do his makeup for the recital. And then,
oh, man.
all right, ballet actually, they make really good money, ballet parking.
Yeah, good nights.
On good nights.
Yeah.
So, it's affected you, obviously. What about you, Will? Anything over there, man?
Yeah. Right now I've been unemployed since April. You know, like money's been tight for me, my family too. Like, it's been hard for the last couple of years. You know, the economy and everything. And you know, I always wanted to get new equipment. You know, like an MPC, some DJ turntable equipment. I've been trying to like save up, but you know, it's hard when you need money and you're trying to save it and you just like spend it. Like on this, on that.
It's so
like,
easy though, right? Money.
Well, it's so easy to spend it, but it's hard
Yeah.
to save. Like
That's
I wish
the
it was.
Like,
I wish it was the other way around.
Go
You
get
know.
some McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, like you know, we're struggling with food right now and everything. You know, like times are hard.
I'm gonna have to bring you guys over food more often. Just let me know if you guys are like.
Seriously?
Oh,
I'll
he'll
bring you
Nilotic will appreciate that a lot.
Yes, I would.
Like,
I will.
Definitely.
I will.
If
Definitely
you
for
feed me,
guys.
I'll be your best friend. Just
Anytime. You guys like brownies?
yeah.
Oh, actually, I brought you guys some snacks. Hold on.
What?
Oh,
man. This is the best.
All right.
yes.
It's
You're
nothing
amazing.
big, you know.
All right.
But here.
Oh,
Alright, we got more.
thank you.
Halloween.
In the spirit of Halloween.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here you go.
I just.
I have plenty.
Thank
So,
you.
I know.
I know,
Time to
here.
catch.
Yeah.
I know, hold on. Here's another one.
Oh, shit.
I try to feed them with
Yeah.
them. Come on. Here's some more.
Awesome.
Halloween.
I wanted to make a quick comment
Yeah,
about
go
the
for it.
economy thing, because like, thank you. Because like it's tough too. Because like with me, because like
Thanks.
I run my own record label, you know, so I have to figure out creative ways to do marketing and advertising and stuff like that. So you know,
You
with not
keep-
enough money.
You wait.
It's
He's
hard.
going to tell you guys how he does do it, though, and what's going on when we come back from this break. You guys are really empowering me. Now, we're going to have some candy on the break. We'll be back. You guys should be jealous because chocolate is amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
Back in
Yep.